Good morning. Well, the internet's working today, so hopefully you're watching this. We are in Exodus 17. We're going to cover verses 1 through 7. All right, and it's more of the same kind of story. The Israelites are not happy. Verse 1. The whole Israelite community set out from the desert of Sin, traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. So they quarreled with Moses and said, "Give us water to drink." Moses replied, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test?" And that's a good question. Why do they keep doing this? But we do that when we complain. Do you see how complaining is considered putting God to the test? You don't want to do that. All right, verse 3, but the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, "Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and our livestock die of thirst?" You talk about drama. It's always, "We're going to die. We're going to die." Now, I'm not going to say there are certain ages of people that have a lot of drama or something like that, but they're acting like those anyway. I'm smiling. You're still smiling, right? Okay, I know you know. But anyway, we talk about that sometimes, and I don't want to make you mad. So verse 4, hopefully you're smiling and laughing. Then Moses cried out to the Lord, "What am I to do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me." Now, I want to say this about Moses. Moses cried out to God a lot, and I think that's what made him one of the greatest leaders that God's people ever had. And if you're ever in any kind of leadership, even in this relationship that you and I have, where I'm leading you spiritually, it's absolutely essential that the leader is crying out to God and saying, "What am I to do with these people?" And I ask God, "What should I do with you? How should I talk to you? How should I teach you?" I was talking to God, and that's why he said, "Come up with these videos, to Take 5, start doing those for her." I believe God gave me that. And so it's essential. So you're going to most likely be in leadership at some point in time in your life. God's going to put you in a position of leadership, even if it's just with your children. But I think it'll probably even be more than that. Make sure you're crying out to God, all right? And that's actually the main point I want to leave you with today. Now still got a couple more verses to go, but the main point is, if you're ever in a position of leadership, be sure you're crying out to God. Verse 5, the Lord answered Moses, "Go out in front of the people. Take with you some of the elders of Israel." Okay, see, he wanted to set the example for these guys. That's why he sent the elders. "And take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock, and water will come out of it for the people to drink." So Moses did this in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the place Massah and Meribah. And those words mean things, and you can look them up. Because the Israelites quarreled, and because they tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" Now, even though God's not happy when they complain, God still cares enough, and he does give them the water. All right, so it's not an excuse to complain, because they could have just asked nicely, and God would have still given them the water. But that's the way it goes. All right. Anyway, thank you for watching. And the main point, if you're a leader, pray. Ask God for wisdom. All right. And come back tomorrow for the next edition. Well, I got to get set up here so I can be a little dramatic. Next edition of Take 5.